Welcome back to Your Real Estate COO. My name's Ashley and I'm here to help you level up your game. I'll be your Chief Operating Officer to your success. Let's dive in. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Ashley and I'm your Real Estate COO. Happy New Year! It is now January 2026. We finally made it. I felt like that time between Christmas and New Year took forever. Didn't know what day it was, what time it was. It just all merged into one. But we made it. So Happy New Year to you all. I hope this year is full of much health, wealth, success, and everything else in between. Okay, so let's get to it. First video of the year, what we're going to be discussing. I had a message from one of my followers basically asking about where they get their buyers from. So they're struggling with where to get clients. So we talked about listings and how to get your listings, and we've discussed how it's important that without listings, nothing else can happen. Now, if you're a new broker, there's two ways that we can look at this. I'm going to look at it from a secondary point of view first of all. Now, if you're a new broker and you just started your business and you're brand new, you're not going to have any clients of your own. So you're going to have to try and get them. How do you do that? Well, let's discuss it. First of all, you're going to need to get listings. Okay, so first of all, you're going to need to get listings online. That means on the portals, Property Finder, Bayut, Debizzle. You're going to need to work on getting your market share up and your listings online. Without the listings and without exposure, you're not going to have the buyers or tenants that you need. So that's the first thing. So as I've discussed in previous videos, you're going to need to be hitting that database. So the database sheet that you're given by your company, you're going to need to attack that on a daily basis to try and find those landlords and those sellers that have properties for you to list online. Again, as I've mentioned before, you might need to, if you find an owner that has a property that's available, he might already be listed with other agents online already. So you're going to need to add value to that owner before you ask for business. We discussed that in most cases, an owner probably won't give you the listing first of all, or he may say, yes, it's available, I'm on with agents, bring me your clients. So he's going to pretty much want you to add the value and show you what you can do before he gives you that listing. You then may need to convince him to remove a broker or a couple of brokers and let you come on as either his exclusive broker or joint on with the other two companies that he's got listed already. So that's one thing. You have to focus on getting listings, which means making those calls, perfecting your pitch and finding those listings. Second, what you can do is you can, if you're brand new, I think I've discussed this already before as well, but speak to your colleagues. Okay. Again, they might have buyers that are looking for particular properties, but they don't have those properties. So you could then potentially, because they might be busy running around doing viewings and this and that, because you aren't busy with viewings, you could be the one making the phone calls, trying to get the listings for their clients. Now, it's going to be a split deal, which is splitting the commission 50-50. But 50% is better than nothing. So at least you're working towards getting a listing for somebody who needs that specific property. And then when you're speaking to those owners, you're not lying. You have a client. So you could potentially do that. Speak to your colleagues, find out what they're looking for, what their hottest buyers looking for at the minute, and then focus your call out on finding that specific unit for that client. Another number 3, what you can do is hopefully your company has a lead pool. And what I mean by lead pool is on the CRM system, some companies have what they call a lead pool. So all the leads, buyers, tenants that have been received by the company to the brokers, sometimes those brokers have forgotten to call them, they haven't followed up. So they get put in this lead pool. So new brokers can then dip into this lead pool first of all, try and find buyers and tenants that they can take for themselves. There might be buyers looking for properties in a different location than yours. Okay, no issues. At least it's going to be a deal that you can potentially get. You might have a buyer, but then you can speak to your colleagues and see if they have the properties. So again, it's going to be a 50-50 split, but you still have a buyer. That's still an opportunity for you to get a deal. So definitely if there's a lead pool, what I would be doing every single day is attacking that lead pool. My team, I give them a maximum of 10 leads from the lead pool per day. So they know that every day, if they're a new broker, they can go into the lead pool and pick the best 10 leads out of it and claim them for themselves. That gets them moving quicker. So at least then you can focus on getting out and doing viewings with these clients and getting a deal. either a deal from your own properties if you have them, your colleagues' properties if they've got them, or if not, get on Property Finder and find another agent from a different company and work with them and get a Form I, or an agent-to-agent form signed, which then agrees that both parties will split the fee 50-50 and they're not going to contact each other's leads. So it's like an external agreement that you can have with an external company. So don't forget that you can do that. If you don't have the properties or the clients in-house, then do work with other agents, but reputable agents. Work with other brokers. I always have 4 or 5 brokers from other companies that I would work with. So I knew that if I had nothing within my company, I could call these other brokers and I could work with them externally, get the agreement signed by both parties, and then we know we're not going to screw each other over with going behind each other's backs. So it's always good to have, alliances outside of your company as well. So they're the points that you can do if you need buyers from a secondary point of view. So either from your own listings. So from your own listings will generate your own leads. If you haven't got listings, then you can speak to your colleagues, see what the hottest buyer is looking for at the specific time, and then call the data sheet looking for properties for that specific client. Or go to the lead pool. And hopefully your company has one. You can take and pick and choose the best leads from the lead pool that people have forgotten about, and then you can hopefully close a deal that way. Most of the brokers on my teams that I've managed in the past, I'd say 99% of their first deal came from the lead pool within the first month. So definitely look at that if your company has one. So that's from a secondary point of view. Now, if you're working in off-plan, it's a bit different. So, off-plan, if you're brand new to the industry, then you're going to be relying on your company to feed you leads. So the leads are always hit and miss, aren't they? So, you're waiting for your company to provide you leads, which have probably come from campaigns that they run, which could be Meta or Google ads that they're running, and then they distribute the leads between the teams, normally on a round robin basis. So you'll get one lead, then the next broker goes round in a circle, then it comes back to you once everyone's had a lead. That's how it normally works. But when it comes to off-plan, the leads that you're going to be receiving, it's very unlikely that those buyers are going to buy straight away, because the ads that they've probably seen from Meta or Google is probably saying, if you'd like more information, please enter your details. It doesn't normally say, if you're looking to buy now, enter your details. So most people are looking for information. So you're going to have to give them that information. You're going to have to make sure you know all the projects inside and out. And then you're probably going to have to nurture those leads until the point of them buying. It could take anywhere between 1 to 6 months before that person is potentially interested in purchasing. So, it really depends with the off-plan leads. So 1, you're relying on leads to come through from your company. 2, again, there might be a lead pool that you can dip into. So leads that have come through that brokers have maybe called and then forgotten about. So I would, again, if you're a new broker and off-plan, go through the lead pool and try and see if you can find, forgotten leads and start nurturing them and hopefully turn them into deals and money for yourself in time. And then again, your own network. So don't forget about your own network of people. So speak to people that you know, speak to friends, speak to family. They always say your network is your net worth. So always start with your network first of all. Find out if anyone's looking to invest. And if they are, come to you. If not, make sure they know that they should be coming to you once they are interested. But then also think about social media, putting content out, adding value to your audience. Every person that you're speaking to on the phone could be a potential investor. Go back for your phone book as well. Start reaching out to those people. But definitely when it comes to social media, start being consistent with what you're offering. One of my brokers, she was actually in rentals, but she had a property in downtown. It was a penthouse apartment in downtown. It was like 1.7 million dirhams a year to rent. She wasn't getting any tenants. So she started doing a lot of social media. She was good at social media anyway, but she was posting this property. She did a video there, a couple of videos that she did there, but she was constantly talking about this property on her social media. She then got a lead through from her Instagram from the video that she posted on her Instagram page. This tenant lead then went on to rent the property. So she got that lead from her own resources, from her own social media. So I recommend definitely, if you're an off-plan especially, social media is definitely the way to go as well. Get yourself out there, add value, make sure people know that you're in real estate. So hopefully that's helped. Hopefully, to get leads if you're a new broker, you haven't got a network of people. So there, I've given you some tips on where to go to get your leads, and hopefully you can start farming and getting more leads for yourself. All right. Hopefully, if you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe and keep up to date with videos that I'm posting every single week. If there's anything like my follower asked me to do a video on this, if there's any topics that you'd like me to discuss or deep dive into, please put a comment below, and I'll happily do it for you at some point in the future. All right, so don't forget, like and subscribe and keep up to date with new videos that are coming every single week. As I mentioned before, your realestatecoo.com will be launching hopefully this month, so you'll have even more content for you guys to deep dive into as well. You can also follow me on Instagram, so all my details will be at some point going along the video at some point at the bottom, so you can follow me there too. All right, so have a good day, have an amazing start to the year. Remember, Q1 is the most important quarter of the year. Don't relax. Come in all guns blazing, because what you do now will set you up for the year. So what you should be doing right now is going back over your database, contacting all your sellers, your owners, wishing them a happy new year. See if they're looking to invest or they have anything they're looking to sell at the minute. Contact all your buyers. So literally go through every single thing on your database, on your CRM system. Every single person should be contacted this month, wishing them a happy new year and finding out if they're looking, if they need any help with their real estate needs. Okay? Don't forget this. Take care. Goodbye.
Remember, in real estate, your success is my operation. If this helped you move one step closer to your goals, smash that like button and subscribe for weekly real estate strategies. Until next time, keep building your empire.